I will show the Ming dynasty's important scholar named Lai Zhide, his work on the Yijing studies. Thanks to the Qingyong introduced the background of the Yijing study, it's more easy and helpful for me to introduce my work. So let's see. Yeah, here is an introduction. Yeah, very short introduction about the trigram I choose. Yeah, this this trigram means 卦气值日图. Translate into English is diagram of 卦气 and solar terms. It's from Lai Zhide's commentary on the Yijing. So now we should define it seems a chaos, many Chinese characters, and it's very hard and tough to approach it. So I will try to let everybody to make it sense. That's my ambition. So let me introduce Lai Zhide very short. Lai Zhide, living in the 16th century, 17th century. He is author of the Zhouyi Jizhu. This diagram from his Zhouyi Jizhu. And he has very, very important work on the Zhouyi. Let me summarize by 4 points, as the slide shows. First, he distinguishes between the ontology and epistemology aspect of the images. The image talk a lot by Qingyong. It's very important doctrine in Yijing study. Lai Zhide tried to distinguish the 2 levels, ontology and epistemology aspect. It's very important. Draw from the ancient science depicting. It belongs to the epistemology like this. This xiang or image translate into the likeness. It's related to with epistemology and human's cognition, and other is related to the ontological image. It's the words conversion and diversion. It's the nature's power. I will show this point forward. Start from likeness, just from the epistemology image as the basis of the knowledge. Lai interpreted the concept of the Taiji by unit Li principle and the Qi Vita force, embedding nature Li within seasonless circulation Qi, and thus unified metaphysical with cosmology, physical nature, human nature, and history. Selecting previous commentary on the Yijing and supplement his work with over 100 diagrams to aid the interpretation. This is my short introduction. My talk structure will belong with content 4 section. First, I will introduce the 卦气, because the diagram is the 卦气, so related with 卦气. So 卦气 theory and the diagram of the 卦气and the solar terms is my first section. The 卦气is first section, I will tracing the 卦气 doctrine of the Han dynasty, represented by Meng, a very famous scholar at that time, and its metaphysical development in the Yi Wei, a very important book related with the Yijing. Lai's diagrams on qi continued this tradition, reflecting Hua Qi doctrine's metaphysical ground. And the second section, I will explain Lai's distinction between the epistemology and the ontological aspect of Xiang, especially how he adjusts the relationship between Li principle and the Qi vita force by incorporating the concept of the principles embodied in image, a departure from the Zhuxi's standpoint that Li precedes Qi. This is essential for understanding his approach to the interconnectedness of Qi vita force, Xiang image, and the Li principle. In my third section, I will demonstrate Lai's theory of Qi through his diagram on the circulation of Qi, particularly the diagram of the moon circle in the heaven and its company's text, which emphasize Lai's notion of Qi as a continuous, undivided, generative power. His practical of Zhuxi's new Confucians, which he considers figments due to an overemphasis on the orderly analysis, is evident in his insistence on the continuous flow of Qi. But the last part is my summary. I will talk about climate, phenology, and time. It's related to yesterday's talk given by Jiang Che and Meng. Yeah. In that section, I will summarize the character of the Lai Zhide's Qi theory in the background and Song and Ming new Confucians. His theory presents a non-human perspective, regrets Qi as a force or power that is naturally of the nature world and human action in its entirety. The circulation of Qi reflects not human will and or agency, but rather the in-person cosmological harmony of the universe. In this view, the flow of Qi is a circulating pattern of alternation. It offers an alternative understanding of time. Yeah, this time is as a generative and creative power, which distinguished itself from Aristotle and Kante's concept of time. So let's go to the first part. I will introduce the history of the Guaqi theory very short. The Guaqi theory of the doctrine, the correspondence between season point and the lines of the hexagram during the Han Dynasty. In that time, the main current in the studies of Yijing was the image new number of school founded by Meng, which attempt explain the changes through Guaqi theory of the circulation of the vita force of yin and the yang. This theory, enriched by followers like Jiao Gan and Jin Fang, deepened and systematized by Yi Wei, a very important work to Yijing in Han Dynasty. By drawing on astronomy calendar, which the knowledge Guaqi theory established a generative philosophy system in which, based on the circulation of the vital force yin and yang, and foretold good and bad luck in the human affairs. So what is meant by guaqi? It's not very hard. The character gua has two meanings. It can refer to the 8 trigram, means 乾, 兑, 离, 震, and so on. Or to the second meaning is about 16 for hexagrams. So qi has also two meanings. One is 节气, solar terms, like the 24 divisions of the solar years in the traditional Chinese calendars, and the other, the vita force, yin and yang. Furthermore, with the 12 months and with 365 days of solar years, considering the changing as even numbers as yin-yang symbols, it was used to explain the change and the rotation of the year's solar terms and the seasons' variations in climate and phenology. Lai Zhide's diagram of the guaqi and the solar terms is belonging to the 16-fold heligram system. This is the concise picture depicted by modern scholars. It will very vividly to introduce what is diagram of the guaqi and solar terms. Leaving aside the complex technical details, the table demonstrates the correspondence between the 12 rising and falling hexagram and the 12 months based on the guaqi theory. From the perspective of the guaqi, starting from November, the vita force of the yang gradually increase, where the vita force of yin weakened. All things began to revolve and grow, reaching its peak by April. Afterward, the yin gradually stops and the yang resides, continuing until October, when the yin energy reached its fullest and all things returned to hiding. Each of the 12 months in a year also divided into 2 solar terms called 节气, not solar terms, and 中气, center solar terms. Thus, there are 12 not solar terms and 12 central solar terms in a year. Each of the not and center terms is further divided 3 pentats for a total of 72 pentats in a year. Each has own climate feature, which is called the response. This division of a year into 72 pendants, each with its own characteristics climate change that is phenomenology. Moreover, the other 16 hexagram than the 4 candid ones are collect with the 12 months of a year, and each month called for 5 of them, which are referred to respectively by using 5 titles of nobility. That is, since the minister, duck, and the senior official. Yeah, that's the that's a very concise introduction about the 卦气. In this way, the circulation of the yin and the yang underlying the concrete beings on the physical level, but Yi Wei summarize all of this and raise on the metaphysical level. And it's very important to emphasize that the Yi Wei efficiently integrated the theories of the cosmic generation with the metaphysical aspect. In a word, it proposed the metaphysical principle that Xiang, image, is Qi. That's a very important standpoint. The original text I will not read. It's just express the Xiang is Qi. So let's go back to the diagram. In the context of the Gua Qi theory, diagram of the Gua Qi and solar terms can be understood. At the center of the diagram is the arrangement of the four candle hexagram, followed by the 24 solar terms and the corresponding government position, and then this 16-fold hexagram and their associated 17-2 candles and climate change and phenomenology. The outermost layer describes the eight and the four of the yin and the yang, represented by numerical. So that's the diagram. This addition to the diagram and the Gua Qi diagrams also include the diagram of the circulation of Qi in a day, the diagram of the circulation of Qi in a month. Yeah, this is a day change of the vita force of yin yang throughout a day, and this one is shows the changes of the power of the yin and the yang throughout a month. And this one is changes of the vita force of the yin yang throughout a year. So this the four diagram, when considered together, explains cosmological and the seasons change in alignment with the principle that Xiang is Qi. They clearly describe the seasonal-based circulation of Qi. The next step is to focus on how Lai Zhide understood the relationship between Xiang and the Li, image and the principle, and how he sought to assemble the Trinity, Qi, Xiang, and Li in his philosophy system. So let's turn to the part 2. As I mentioned, Lai distinguished two meanings of the Xiang. Lai's approach to the Xiang is very different from the Wang Bi, mentioned as Qingyong. Lai placed great emphasis on the concept of Xiang, different from the Wang Bi. Particularly said that without understanding its Xiang and Yi can't be annotated. The Vita step, Lai moved to the distinguished ontological and epistemological meaning of the Xiang by using two different characters in Chinese. Xiang and Xiang, it's the same. The former Xiang focuses on an independent, non-human ontological perspective, whereas the later pertains to the way human recognize and understood things. Yeah, depends on the distinguished Lai continue to distinguish the two kinds of Yi. One is the nature's Yi, and the other is size Yi. First one, I just read the right sentence. Before the Yi was telegraphed, the Yijing already existent between the heaven and the earth. That is on ontological level. In the second paragraph, the sea, he perceived the world's great pairs as formed by yin and yang. He draw a line to represent yang, another line for yin, and so tracked the 8 triangle to correspond to the natural world. So, based on this distinguished of the shell, there is 2 kinds of the Yi. And like since the Yi has 2 lines of the meaning, one relating to the nature and the ontology image, and another to the aspect as epistemology likeness, like compared later to a mirror. Thus, likeness is like a mirror. With a mirror, all things can reflect it. So, Lai Zhide chose a lot of many diagrams and xiang to prove to the xiang that the image on the ontological level. By integrating the image tracked by the past seeds and his own in his Yijing Jiji has over 100 diagrams. Lai tried to approximate the image of nature and the cosmos. During his work, he didn't like the Zhouyi's standpoint. He emphasized the principle resident within the image and numerology. There are the 4 paragraphs. The read characters means Lai compared also regret the principle and the image and the yin-yang force are totally mixture. The second paragraph are very important. The 2 vital forces of the yin and the yang mixture, and nobody knows their origin. They are indescribable and boundless. So he compared or connect the vital force of the yin and the yang with the ultimate principle, Taiji, and Taiji has other names: great world, great unity, and great creation. All of them are same thing. The transformation of the Yi can't be separate from the principle numerology. In one word, only through the qi that came from heaven does life emerge. So, here is the Lai's Taiji tool. Sorry, in the first diagram of the Lai's Yijing Jiji, titled by Lai Zhide, round Taiji diagram. Lai marks the essential concept. The counterpart is number. The nurturing is principle, and the ceaseless circulation is vital force. Again, since where there is the image, there is number, and where there is number, there is principle. It becomes clear that the concept of Xiang, simply likeness, Li principle, and Qi vital force are inherently interconnected and inspired Trinity. This perspective contrasts with Zhouyi's argument that principle precedes Qi. Lai argued that Zhouyi's statement before there was heaven and earth principle exist first is not correct. So let's go to the third part. The Guaqi theorem at Lai Zhide's integration of the Han and the Song Yijing. For the time reason, I will very introduce these parts in short. The Guaqi theorem in Lai Zhide's thought is the comprehensive theorem. He sought to integrate these two traditions with a unity framework as expressed in his statement. As mentioned, number, principle, and vital force are Trinity. In this holistic model, Lai harmonized the ontological and epistemological understanding of Xiang, Li, and Qi. Lai's statement, the principle of the yin-yang of heaven and earth is nothing but rising, falling, fullness, and emptiness. Let's go back to the very important diagram named the yin-yang qi of heaven and earth is like the birth of the human being circulated throughout the 4 seasons. It's from the move circle of the in heaven. I have shown the diagram before above. Lai just repeat the Guaqi theorem, but there is very important remark on Zhouyi. Lai Zhide state that yang doesn't suddenly appear, and also mentions the single yang split into 3 parts. This interpretation, he said, the Zhouyi's interpretation, fragment and understanding. They seems to they include Zhouyi and his students seems to treat the interaction of the yin and yang as a process of the cessation and rebirth, not realizing that the dynamic of yin and yang, like the move is continuous. The move doesn't cease to exist, but only undergoes phase of fullness and emptiness. So let's try to prove Lai's Qi theory. Unlike Zhouyi's emphasis on the principle precise Qi, which implies a static or ordered order, Lai Zhide's interpretation expresses the unbroken and living circulation of Qi, emphasizing the nature, like the flow of Qi, can't be artificial dissection into discrete movement of interruption. And the second paragraph, the right words. His firm work, rooted in Qi theory, presents a non-human perspective, viewing Qi as a force that is nurturing nature, human action, and the nature world in its entirety. The alternating circle of the fullness and emptiness in Qi reflect not human view of agency, but rather the impersonal, cosmic rest of the universe. So let's go to the conclusion. I would refer to the climate, phenology, and time very short. What is time? The understanding of time as traditional conceived in Western philosophy has often been defined either in terms of the chronological sequence, as Aristotle defined it. Time is the counted numbers of motion according to the before and after, or as a subject form of inner perspective in counter's terms, where time is understood as an organizing principle of experience or a form of the imaginative reproduction. However, the Guaqi theory, which is focused on the climate and phenology, presents a different concept of time, one rooted in generation and creation. Actually, the sense of time almost equal to the continuous circulation of Qi, which is close to the duration as defined by Bergson, and the multiple set as interpreted by Deleuze. In this framework, time is becoming not static measurement or subjective form of perception. So in Chinese thought, the term 候 in Qi Hou climate and Wu Hou phenology carries the meaning of the waiting, implying the temporal dimension of becoming or generation. This suggests that the unfolding of the events, seasons, and phenology is not a passive observation of fixed entity, but an active waiting for things to reveal themselves in their own time. Bergson famous explained time or duration with an example of waiting for sugar to dissolve slowly in water, illustrating how time is not just something measured, but something that unfolds and generates continuously. A pre-modern Chinese epistemology requires an ontology level that emphasizes the unfolding or emergence of things, where perception is not a simple measuring of the world, but a corrective let it be or let it emerge, which echoing phenomenology concept like things show themselves. So that's all. Thank you.